Okay, I'm going to tell you how important today is to me. I had back surgery 3 days ago, and I'm glad and blessed to be here. I want to thank the Science Museum, Jeff Rudolph and his board, June Lockhart, these fantastic astronauts. Can we give them a hand? I want to acknowledge some members of the City Council are here. I see Councilwoman Judy Dunlap. Judy, would you stand up? I know Councilman Eli Morales is here. I saw him earlier. Councilman Ralph Franklin is here. He's the chair of the South Bend Council of Governments right now. Ralph, would you stand up? I didn't notice Councilman Stevenson. He's here. I'm going to acknowledge him as well. And a great friend and a fantastic city treasurer, Wanda Brown, is with us. Wanda, would you please stand? We have some other elected officials that are up here that are going to be named later. But sometime after 1926, Inglewood was nicknamed the Harbor of the Air. And a local historian informed us that one of the founders of TWA lived right up here on Beach Street in Inglewood. I've always noted a fascination as I grew up with pilots, aircraft, spacecraft, and astronauts by everyone. And the evidence of this is the popularity of any show or movie whose premise is outer space. It's our evidence of our curiosity about the universe outside our atmosphere, that's outside of our view, that's outside of our understanding. Space exploration in the movies is always multinational, and it's always equal opportunity. Let me give you an example. Long before we were multinational and equal opportunity. In Star Trek, there was Chekhov, he was the Russian navigator. There was Sulu, the Asian. Uhura, the African. Spock, the Vulcan. And James Kirk, the boss. Some things never change. Now, in the movie Armageddon, there was Bruce Willis. He was Harry. He was the cranky undersea oil driller. Michael Clark Duncan. He was Bear. There was a Russian engineer whose name I don't know. There was AJ. That was Ben Affleck. He was the good-looking guy. And there was Jeff Buscemi. He was the crazy guy. Now remember, in all these movies, the women were always smarter than the men. I want you to think about this. All the men thought they were really getting over, and they were the big, smart guys, and the women played them just like wives play their husbands. They let us think we're in charge, but we're not. And my wife Judy will tell you that right now. Now, the one thing that I wondered about, and I asked my father, who was an engineer, I said, why do they always have a crazy guy as an astronaut when it's such a big responsibility? And he said, because most of those astronauts are former pilots, jet pilots, and those are crazy breeds. And you agree, right? So, here we are, celebrating this great event. I was asked by the news media, did this have challenges? Did this have its pluses and minuses? No, it didn't. This had nothing but pluses. Nothing great that happens without struggle. This was good for the city of Inglewood. It's good for the country, and we're proud to be part of it. Yeah. And I want to close with a passage from a song from The Wizard of Oz that kind of encapsulates what space travel really means to us internally. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me. where troubles melt like lemon drops, above the chimney drop, that's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. If happy little bluebirds fly over the rainbow, then why can't we? Congratulations. There you go.
Oh, hey, get up.
I'd like to introduce at this time Mr. Jeffrey Rudolph. Okay, thank you, Jeff. And I'd like for us to get to know who he is. Mr. Rudolph, we commend you and the Science Center staff for your commitment to bring this important treasure to our community. Inglewood holds the very distinctive historical legacy of being the birthplace of the aerospace industry beginning in the 1950s. So it's very fitting that the Endeavour would take its family journey to Inglewood.
Thank you, Hal, and good morning, everyone. It's great to be in Inglewood this morning, and what a great view, huh? We are thrilled that all of you and everyone in Inglewood is joining us in welcoming Endeavour home to the Los Angeles area. We are particularly grateful to the City of Inglewood, to Mayor Buck, the City Council, and all of the staff who've been exceptional to work with. We've established great friendships and really had a great pleasure here. I can't say how much it's been great, and we hope transported the first segment of the International Space Station, the Union modules, repaired the Hubble Space Telescope, and enabled hundreds of experiments. And it was named by school children in a national competition. I'd like to recognize 3 astronauts joining us today who all flown missions on Endeavour. Mike Fink was a mission specialist on STS-134, Endeavour's blast mission. Kay Heyer was a mission specialist on STS-130, Endeavour's second to last mission. And Greg Johnson was the pilot on STS-130.
Oh, watch out for that man. Always look behind you.
134. Please recognize and thank the astronauts for safely taking Endeavour into orbit and bringing them home.
No.
And now Endeavour is set to begin
so I can see it behind you.
its long-term and important mission of inspiring future generations of scientists and explorers at the California Science Center at Samuel Oshie Air and Space Center.
We did 25 missions, so what we did today, Mr. Rudolph, we named this particular mission number 26. Okay, thank you. We're pleased to have our astronauts here that were introduced earlier, but I'd just like for them, would they please stand and just let us all give them a big cheer? These are the folks that flew the mission for us. Thank you.
Over here, William. Let him over there. That's a great shot.
It's always been a pleasure to see and hear from our next speaker. So please join me in welcoming our friend, the Honorable Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Isn't this exciting? Hal, I want to thank you for that wonderful introduction. I am very excited to join you all this morning in celebration of the Space Shuttle Endeavour's final mission 26 as it travels to its new home at the California Science Center. I'd like to start by thanking Inglewood's Mayor, James Butts, and I'd like to give a special thanks to Jeffrey Rudolph. He is so modest and so understated. I want you to know he's been working at the Science Center for 30 years. Long ago, when I was in the California State Assembly, where he created the plan that brings us here today on this wonderful occasion. And I really want you to show some appreciation for him. He's been up night and day. He can't sleep. This is all Mr. Cunningham with us today. along with the other astronauts, Mike Fink, Kay Hire, and Gray Johnson. The man who was at the podium, who's emceeing this program, is someone I've known for a long time. He and his wife Betty are so dedicated to the young people. They have a special program here in Inglewood. I want you to say hello and thank you to A-Man founder Hal Walker and his wife Betty Walker. To all of my colleagues, all of the federal, state, and local elected officials and community leaders that are here with us this morning, I thank you all for your cooperation and for your support. Give them a big round of applause. And wasn't the Inglewood High School Marching Band fantastic? And my list of thank yous.
We took them for granted, almost like taking off at LAX in a 747. But a number of people lost their lives in the missions to make the shuttle process possible. The Challenger mission. And when I think about the astronauts who were on the Challenger, as sad as it was to lose them, what was really great about that crew was that that crew reflected the United States of America. There was an African American who lost his life on the Challenger, Dr. Ron McNair.